Hello everybody, welcome to the show. If you don't know already, this is a concept that is actually created by a photographer, Jessica Kobayashi, and the idea was just taking one object and it will be photographed by 4 different photographers. And Andrew Huang actually advanced the idea by introducing it to music, and we took a twist on top of that and introduced it to house and techno music. So in today's episode, I have really talented guests in this channel, and I'm really excited to share the tracks with you. But let me talk you through the sample selection. So we picked this time a sample from Satie. The reason being that many people even think him as a father of minimalism and repetitiveness in piano. And he was kind of doing techno and house music even before there was electronic music. Another reason was that he had a very eclectic life and eclectic style as well. And we can say that he was not really appreciated in his time, and all his work actually gained followers after his death when people realized that how beautiful those pieces are. And together with my guest, we thought that maybe it's a really good idea to take short piano sample from him and twist it and make a modern techno and house of it. And I will stop talking now and let's start listening to the tracks and enjoy this.
Hello, my name is Lauren Mia. I'm a Los Angeles-based electronic music producer, and today I'm going to show you how I flipped Erik Satie's Gnossienne into a track. So first, I analyzed the original sample for its key. I discovered that it's A flat major, and the 6th note of the A flat major scale is F, which means F minor is the relative minor scale. I then took the MIDI and I separated it. In part 5, I found a chord that was repetitive. Immediately there, I discovered that I can create a cool piano stab. Moving on, I then took the original sample, cut a very small part of the sample, ran it through an arpeggiator, and managed to just to give it some more melodic texture throughout the track. Next, I took the original sample, which you can hear without my processing is the actual piano notes from the sample. With some processing, that is brought into the breakdown, which you can hear here. I tried to stick to using the sample and the MIDI, but I did record a bit of analog synthesis with my Angon. What I also did is create my own take on Satie's melody and write my own using pigments. So over here, I created my own sound on pigments, which you see here. The other parts of the melodic elements consist of some pads I created using the 2 main notes, A flat G and F as well. Moving on, I threw in pigments and created a nice snare sound and was able to create a snare buildup using Satie's rhythm. And this is used in the breakdown building up to the drop. From there, I also used the MIDI notes from Satie's original MIDI to create some nice percussive patterns, which I did for the majority of the percussion. And my bass line consists of 2 parts. I just had a persistent rolling bass line, which I created through Serum. You can hear what it sounds like. I also recorded a more low end with my Poly D Behringer analog synth. However, I ended up cutting most of that low end because I felt for this particular track, it was better to keep it lighter on the low end. So it's just 4 main notes from Satie's original melody. And you can hear what it sounds like together. And like I said, I also used it in the outro as well. And overall, that is what my track is made of. Now you can have a listen to the full thing. Enjoy.
It starts with the sample. There's a bass twist in it.
The sample, it's quantized to the beat.
Nice atmosphere.
Really groovy.
The beat is straightforward. I like it.
Those steps makes it also a bit more dramatic as well.
Some little percussion loop going on here. It's very nice.
I'm a big delay fanatic. You never can go wrong with delays.
Feeling the groove a lot is
Always good. Always good.
she took the real dramatic sound and make it really uplifting. There's a nice chord progression.
Nice chord progression here.
Really beautiful sounds all around. It's really pretty.
Oh, I like how it's opening.
The Resolute sounds a little bit like the real analog synth, but I'm not sure.
Or easy drop.
Could be some Behringer or something.
I really enjoy those ambience voices.
Nice layer. Nice.
Cinematic.
Ooh, the big drama here.
Creating good tension here. And back into the beat.
Really cool.
It's deep.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. It's nice.
Ambient sounds and voices make it really pretty. Goes along really well with the groove as well.
I could play this on an open air party just before the sun is coming up.
Like things happening all around my head all the time. Back to the step.
Well, what can I say? It's absolutely on point. Well done.
While having all the things, it's still really tight.
Well, what can I say? It's absolutely on point. Well done.
But this was really cool. All those pretty sounds make it like really uplifting from that melancholic sample. Really well done.
Hey guys, my name is Termonia. I'm a music producer, live act and 2x label owner from Germany. The first thing I start with making a beat is the kick, and then comes, for example, the tom. The next thing I did was creating some sequences in the TR-8S. After recording the beat, I programmed this bass sequence. Then I've programmed a percussive noise sound on my prof head and it gets triggered by the boss pad. And now it's time for some filling sounds that fit the production, like this one. Then I recorded more sounds from the prof head. After recording the bass and the beat, I dedicated myself to the sample and threw it into a granulator and started to play around with it so that I get some kind of pad sound. Then I added an EQ, some sidechain and some room. The second idea I had was putting the piano sample into simpler and choosing a slice, which then would be rhythmatized by MIDI notes. Then I threw EQ on it to get rid of sounds I don't need in the mix. Compressed it with drum bass, ping pong delay, and some sidechain. The third idea I had was again putting the sample into simpler, choose another slice, and I had this idea of a dub delay in my head. So then I've recorded a bunch of other synths, like for example the sub fatty here in the break, doing a bass with filter opening up. The Prophet. And again the Prophet doing some LFO modulation on the envelope. Throughout the track I recorded many different step sounds like this one here. And the very last production step was writing a vocal top line based on the original melody of the sample. In the line we're waiting, stood outside for hours. Only I got into this house.
Pumping, rolling bass line.
I really enjoy those synth stuffs.
I can hear the bass and of course the piano.
Ooh.
That's a nice one.
Cool. What a weird synth. That is so strange. I love it.
I hope there's more piano coming.
Oh yeah, the horns are super cool.
Clap. Very nice grooves.
With ethereal feel here in the track.
Nice tech house.
Delays on sides and behind. Cool.
I'm a big fan of that delayed synthesis, and that progression is perfect.
Okay, what happens? Breakdown.
In the line we're waiting.
It sings so beautiful.
Nice work.
All these scenes behind, so cool as well.
What a voice. The harmonies.
They sing so smooth.
How do I get through this night without you?
Sounds sad.
Oh, so beautiful, really.
But in a good way.
Use Satie's melody for the vocals. I love it.
I want to immediately sing along.
How do I get through this night without you? How do I get through this night without you?
Let me hope. Really, really cool.
Okay.
Super cool.
Oh, that was sick impact on the offbeat.
It's like a club track, really club groovy, but in the meantime, it's really easy to listen to as well.
Weird low end synth is my favorite. so, so cool. Mark smashed it. Absolutely smashed it.
But nice atmosphere. I like it. Somehow soft.
Now the delay effect again, all around.
Okay.
The piano chord delayed at the end.
I would wish there was more from the original sample, but the singing was good and it made the track interesting.
Beautiful track.
It was really beautiful track. Mark singed the melody so nice, really, really well done.
Hello. So, let me show you what I did to the Satie sample. First, I was playing around with the resonances. That looks like this. And wow. It sounds like an old radio. And then I transformed the same loop into an atmosphere and started to use pieces of the sample to create some little elements. I can show you. So every sound is part of the piano here. And I added more and more and more and more. And then even a bass line by changing the pitch to -12. So the piano became a bass line through a filter. And some more sounds. And some more sounds. And here more. So there's a whole atmosphere out of the piano. And I really like this melody. And that happens through pitching the piano 24 notes up. Yeah, and then it was very easy. Just I had to add some beats. And it started to groove. And then in the end, of course, some 303, because I am, beside my Babicz name, Robert Babicz. And that's the track.
It opens with a sample, but like a vinyl vibes in it.
I like that vinyl gritty texture.
Crackles and so on.
And similar intro.
He put a piano into a washing machine like promised. It's a flanger or something, very slow. Nice room.
Beautiful reverb pads.
Sounds a little bit like Vangelis Blade Runner.
Really, really nice sample. Really, a lot of things are going on.
Nice atmosphere. I feel it coming.
Oh, pretty.
I wonder if he did that percussion loop from the original sample.
Beautiful cosmic synthesis there. And I love those 2 notes.
Translate.
4 notes.
It felt like it was from the sample. The kick.
Whoa! bass.
Sexy groove.
Nice.
That lead synth gives instant 80s vibes. I'm really loving it.
Very, very cool atmosphere.
Feels like old school test drive soundtrack.
Ooh, that was beautiful. I love that very reverb.
Makes you dance.
Yes, everything is on point, shuffling, hey, it's great.
It's a very nice, chill, almost like I'm in the clouds.
A lot of cool resonance sounds all around. Really nice ambient all over.
Like I'm floating.
If this came in a club, I would definitely lose myself through it.
At the same time, it's quite futuristic. Pretty.
Really beautiful reverb, strings, and pads create such a beautiful atmosphere for this track.
Very nice.
Well, this was just too short. I could have just listened to this like continuously. Oh, so pretty.
Very nice. I like it.
I really want to play around the idea of a now and then. And the first thing that came into my mind is actually using the tempo of the track to kind of emulate the idea of the past and then the current. What I did, added a lot of distortion sound to make it really broken. Then I'm actually playing with the tempo of the track. And to make the effect even more significant, I actually also automated the mix of the distortions. And then I wanted to have plug sound by using the sample. Sounds like this. And this one has 3 layers. The first layer is kind of just a diva. But I really wanted to twist it with the sample. Took a super small piece over here to make the sound. It's also kind of really tuned and just layered with the noise on top, and it altogether sounds like this. For this part, most of my percussion is actually made from the original sample. For example, it's just taking a super small piece and distorting a lot. In this case, I'm using a vocoder and playing a lot with the crystallizer so that we have this crystal sound. And then I have a lot of same idea here, adding a lot of vocoder or distorting a lot in the meantime. 16 Hz. And then off hat. When I go to the break, I really wanted to make it really dramatic, that to just focus on the life of Satie and the things that he went through when he was alive. And here I use the same effect. There is a twist in this one to make it a bit more dramatic. Disappointed pianos. Let me show you. Here the Satie short, the same sample. We are tuning down the BPM, and in the meantime there is a delay on top of that, and delay is tuning down as well in the same time. And then in the break I really wanted to have this contrasting, very aggressive, very angry lead sound because of it's kind of my own interpretation that original artist was not valued as much as he should be. It's basically minimum version of the diva. To also contrast this sound, I wanted to have kind of emotional track. You can see that I'm playing with the LFO. That is the reason that creates that like ups and downs in the sound. Pads, most of them are just made with the sample one way or another. I think this one is just pigments, but the sound itself is the piano sound. I just cut a piece and put it into the sampler and then support it with a little bit analog, I think. And then we have this low pad, again pigments. Pigments is really great for this type of stuff. Once you have a sample that you want to play around, you can either put the granular, in this case we are using granular. And then on the break part, I also take just a sample and reverse it to give a bit more drama. Other than that, that was it. I hope you enjoyed.
Oh, the piano.
Very nostalgic here. A bit like an old black and white movie. Whoa!
I love that little vocal transition into the drop.
It's the beat.
This white noise percussion has a cool groove.
Very groovy bass line.
Okay, the magic arpeggio.
Cosmic Arp, my favorite.
Great sample choice here. Cool arpeggio, everything is on point.
Very nice, simplistic and crisp percussion and drums.
Nice sound design. Sounds warm and big. Oh, we are getting slow.
Oh, okay.
Surprise.
That is cool. I love that slow down into the breakdown.
Sounds a bit like the synth I have used, Prophet.
Beautiful strings. I love those pads.
I like when music is getting emotional.
Okay. Very interesting progression here.
Okay, we are getting faster again.
The lead sound is interesting, very interesting.
The tempo is speeding up a bit and getting us prepared for the drop.
And
And the drop.
Sexy. Love that hat. Nice.
Yeah, it's a very cool lead sound. I wonder if this was made from the piano, actually.
Powerful bass line. I love what he did with the notes. Nice pitch bend.
There's a very tragic emotion to it, but beautiful.
That little vocal sample is really just beautiful texture to the track.
Yeah, I would definitely sign this track to my label.
could be a little bit longer, but we are being so short.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Very nice, solid track. I like it a lot.
And yeah, that was it. I hope you enjoyed the tracks because we really had a lot of fun making them. But I have also one short announcement. So we have a giveaway. We are going to give away 3 different ARTURIA synths. And I would like to also thank ARTURIA for helping us to give away those synths. They are a company that I really appreciated myself as well. So what you need to do, just head over to my Instagram page and you will find For Producers One Sample video there, and all you need to do is just follow my Instagram and just drop a comment there so that I know that you're interested on those synths. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you learned something. And if you did, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will try to catch you in the next episode. Goodbye.